पोषित नवाचार से सज्जित गुणवत्ता से परिपूरित ज्ञानवाणी ज्ञान दर्शन ज्ञान कोश से संचित सर्वगुण संपन्न शिक्षा का हिमालय यह जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय।
According to literary critic M.H. Abrams, life without literature is life reduced to penury. And in my opinion, this is one of the reasons why a Master's in English program has gained immense popularity from the year of its inception. The MA English program has always been rich with its enrollment figures. The number of students enrolled has never been less than 8,000. In July 2020, the enrollment figure rose to 17,000, and there was another huge jump in figures with more than 20,000 in July 2021. The credit goes to the hard work and dedication of the English faculty, who, with the help of eminent experts, designed and delivered excellent course material, and its quality has been appreciated by all. With the launch of the MA English online program, the English faculty, with the guidance of a director, Professor Malti Mathur, hope to take the program to the next level, to reach the unreached in all corners of the world, and definitely bring in more enrollment. Our director, Professor Malti Mathur, has always encouraged and motivated us. Without further ado, I invite Professor Malti Mathur, Director, School of Humanities, to deliver her welcome address.
Thank you, Mridula. And as Mridula just mentioned, we take great pride in saying that the MA English program is one of the most popular across disciplines in the entire university. And in July 2021, our registration figures crossed 20,000. So it is a matter not just of taking pride, but of making sure that we retain that kind of interest in our programs. And the launch of this MA English online program is one of the steps that we hope will take us in that direction, where we not only retain our core learner enrollment figures, but we can increase it by going increasingly international. I am extremely happy to welcome Professor E. Suresh, Vice Chancellor of the English and Foreign Languages University, Hyderabad, to our launch program this morning. Thank you, sir, for being so gracious and so prompt in your response to my invitation. And we are honored, sir, that we have someone from the field of English language teaching who is known for being a trainer in this language, and someone who is a Vice Chancellor of one of the premier institutions of India, which is known far and wide for its wonderful programs, not only related to language, but also to literature. And as someone who has done her CT and DT myself from what was then CFL, I can vouch personally for the kind of commitment that the faculty has and the kind of materials and study materials that CFL and now IGNOU produces. So thank you so very much, sir, for being with us this morning. Professor Suresh is not just the Vice Chancellor of IGNOU. He, in his own right, has a number of plaudits to his credit. And he has been the governor's nominee for a number of selection interviews, committees. He is a member of the UGC, and he has visited a number of countries abroad in order to share his in-depth knowledge and expertise with students and faculty all over the world. So it is with great pleasure that I welcome him, and I look forward to what he has to share with us this morning. I would also like to welcome our own Vice Chancellor, Professor Nageshwar Raoji, who has been the motivating force behind this launch, who has been encouraging us consistently for the past couple of years to go ahead with this and to constantly assure me in my capacity as a director that I can look forward to all support wherever necessary. So I thank him and I welcome him to today's program. All our pro-vice chancellors are here today with us, Professor Satyakam, Professor R.P. Das, Professor Sumitra Kupreti, and last but not at all the least, Professor Uma Kanjilan, who will also be addressing us today. And it seems to be very fitting that Professor Uma Kanjilan should talk to us today on the occasion of this online launch, because she is actually the guiding force behind all the online initiatives that the university has undertaken. She is, I keep saying this all the time and I do not mind repeating it, she is the queen of this domain as far as we are all concerned. And she has always been very forthcoming with her help, with her guidance and her mentoring. And I welcome you, ma'am, today. And again, I look forward to what you have to share with us and to see in what direction we can proceed so that this MA English online program that we have so ambitiously embarked upon can take us to places which we have still not envisaged and which we still do not know about. But you would be able to tell us that we really do not have any limits as far as this is concerned. And you would be able to tell us in what direction we can go. So thank you very much for joining us today. And I would also like to welcome all the heads of divisions and the directors of all schools, as well as all the people who have joined us from the regional centers, all the regional directors and other faculty who have joined us today. And of course, my entire school, the English faculty especially, who have plunged into this without much experience of this, but who have just taken it upon themselves to do it and to perform to the best of their ability. So thank you very much to my English faculty and to the entire school who have supported us at all times. So I welcome you all. And I also take this opportunity to talk about the MA English online program as well. Now, we will be talking about the MA English program in greater detail later. Where we talk about the nitty-gritty of the duration and what are the courses that we are going to take. This is something that is rather similar across universities. But what I would really like to talk about is, what is this MA English online? What is it? So I would like to say that our MA English online is what hums through the waves and it leaps out through countless screens, whether it is a desktop, a laptop, or a mobile phone, and it peeps out of these countless screens all over the world. It is our MA English Online is the promise to students that they have something to look forward to, that there is something that they need to talk about, that they need to think about. It is something that will make them go beyond just their mundane, usual routines. Because our MA English is all about literature. It is all about different kinds of literature. It's all about different genres of literature. So when they are introduced to poetry and drama and fiction and non-fiction and essays, and they are exposed to these number of ideas, to the number of concepts that have come to us down through the ages, whether it is from the Greek civilization down to contemporary times, we are talking about a number of things in our courses. And this is something that will help them in not only in getting jobs, which of course is one of the primary focus elements when a student takes up a specific program, but it is something that will equip them for life. It is something that will equip them for relationships. It is something that will help them to interact with other people. It sensitizes them to so many issues, whether it is of gender, whether it is of the underprivileged, whether it is of how to just live. So I keep saying this all the time when people say, what do you do when you teach literature? What do you do? And I don't mind repeating this again. And I say that we put the human into the being. So we create the human being, because just existing is not enough. You need to have the humaneness to call yourself a human being. And that is exactly what we try to do with our literature courses, whether it is in any discipline. And of course, with our MA English discipline, we have a number of courses which cater to this kind of the vision that we have, what kind of students we want to come out of the program, what is it that we want them to be equipped with. So this is what we hope we will be able to do. And of course, like Mridula just mentioned, we will be taking this much, much further than what we already have through our print materials, through the ODL system, because now almost anyone who has a phone in their hand will be able to access the MA English online program. And of course, that means that our reach is absolutely unsurpassed. We will be reaching so many people in so many remote areas who otherwise might never even have been able to think about this kind of, enrolling in this kind of a program. So this is a very ambitious venture. It is something that we have taken upon ourselves to deliver to the best of our ability. And I promise on behalf of the English faculty that we will live up to this commitment, and we will try and produce video lectures which will be the best in the world. So thank you all for being with us today, and I welcome you all again. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor Malti, for giving us a lucid overview of the MA English program. Our MA English program is committed to thinking across boundaries of genres, cultures, and languages. The program gives exposure to a wide array of texts. It has prepared our learners for a variety of career paths. Now, I would like to invite Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Uma Kanjilal, to address us. Professor Uma Kanjilal is one of the national coordinators of SWAYAM and SWAYAM Prabha. She has been a principal investigator of IGNOU for National Virtual Library of India, project of Ministry of Culture. She has more than 31 years of experience in the open and distance learning system. Her dedication and hard work has made IGNOU a global leader in digital learning. Over to PVC ma'am.
Thank you, Mridula-ji. Good morning to all. Honorable Vice Chancellor of IGNOU, Professor Nageshwar Rao, sir. Esteemed Chief Guest of the occasion, Professor E. Suresh Kumar, Vice Chancellor of FLU. Fellow Pro Vice Chancellors, Director, School of Humanities, Professor Malti Mathur, faculty members from the discipline of English, all my colleagues from IGNOU, and all those who have joined the event virtually. I'm personally really happy that today MA English program is being launched in online mode. It was long awaited, and on national as well as international platform. So I think there is a great demand for English programs world over, and I'm sure that this program is going to fulfill the aspirations of many learners who otherwise do not have access to learning for some reason or the other. So in fact, offering programs in online mode has many advantages, as the learners can learn anywhere, anytime, through any device, at their own pace and learning at their own convenience. I think what Professor Malti was mentioning, that you can learn on the go, having a mobile on your hand as well. I think that's what it signifies. The online programs that we offer at IGNOU are completely online, right from registration to certification. And we host it on our learning management system that has been developed in-house. We strictly follow the 4-quadrant approach that has been prescribed by the ODL and online regulations of UGC 2020, wherein I think 4-quadrant approach is being followed. Is the first quadrant where we have the self-learning material, and what we have is a very rich SLMs available already. So what we will be doing is reformatting and repurposing them and hosting it on our learning management system. The second quadrant is the multimedia component that we try to provide. and rich, engaging content through audio, video, animation, simulations. That's what we develop for our online programs. And in fact, focus should not be simply just talking heads. And it may not be very effective way of, teaching learning. So I think faculty can think in terms of different methods like storytelling, discussions, role playing, scenario based interactive content. And I think we need to think in terms of rich content and based on strong instructional design principles. I think that's the area we will be focusing on, and I'm happy to work with the faculty to develop such rich content. In fact, in the third quadrant, we have the assessment part, where in fact subjects like English is a big challenge actually. So generally, if we have online programs, we talk about weekly quizzes and all, but that won't be sufficient when we talk about teaching English. I think it is essentially, it has to be subjective in nature, and faculty will have to work out innovative methods for both continuous and term and assessment. And this can be built around group activities, topic-based threaded discussions, term papers, reviewing on bookmarking sites like Begin and many such platforms that are available. So these are some of the innovative ways I think the faculty has to develop the assessment as well. The fourth quadrant is basically the interaction, be it student-teacher interaction, be it peer-to-peer interaction. And basically, if you look into when we talk about online programs, it is a discussion forum that is used as a platform. And I think that is not sufficient because the interaction, what we have on a discussion forum is asynchronous. So what we need to have is a stronger bondage with our learners. And in fact, I think we have been going beyond this, just simply using the discussion forum. We are using web conferencing tools for live classes, webinars, etc. For last mile connectivity. We have started using our Swayamprabha channels and Gyandarshan channels so that we can reach out the maximum number of learners. If the learners do not have access to internet, at least they can have access to our quality content that's available through different modes, in fact. So I'll urge the faculty that instead of just emulating the traditional classroom-based or ODL-based pedagogy, they can come up with innovative instructional design and online delivery mechanisms that can go a long way in effective teaching, learning in online mode. So I think we need to work together. We have to do a lot of brainstorming and to design our content in a manner that it's really, really effective for the learners, in fact. So I congratulate the Director School of Humanities and her entire team from the Faculty of English for this major initiative and wish a great success of the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Umakanjula. And we'll surely revamp the program to make it into a richer content, and also we'll work on the innovation of the pedagogy we have. Now I request Professor Malti Mathur to introduce Professor E. Suresh Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of IGNOU.
Well, I think I already did introduce him, but then he is such an eminent, illustrious personality, I do not mind introducing him all over again. So Professor Suresh Kumar, as I said, is the Vice Chancellor of the English and Foreign Languages University in Hyderabad. He has a very long and distinguished academic career behind him, and he has been on various committees recognized by the authorities for his knowledge and for his expertise, and he has been sharing all of this with a number of people, and he is basically known for his work in the field of language. So even if there is this kind of a dichotomy between English language teaching and English literature, I, for one, have never really seen this as being binaries, because I cannot see, I mean, what is literature without language anyway? So I really do not see how we can divorce language from literature or literature from language, either way. So when we are talking about literature, we are also talking about language. So with the due apologies to Professor Suresh, if I have offended his English language sensibilities, I would like to say that I would like to quote Robert Frost and say that when he says that you cannot have just one vision, I'm just paraphrasing him, when your vocation and your avocation together give you this binocular vision. I think as a teacher of English, I have always adopted this binocular vision of English language teaching and literature, and that is the way one can look at the entire thing in a holistic manner. So I'm so pleased to be able to welcome Professor E. Suresh Kumar here with us, and I am looking forward to listen to him. Thank you.
May I now invite Professor E. Suresh Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of IGNOU, to address us.
आप सभी को नमस्कार. Professor Nageshwar ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor IGNOU, Professor Uma Kanjilal ji, Pro Vice Chancellor IGNOU, and other Pro Vice Chancellors, Professor Malti Mathur ji, Director School of Humanities, Professor Meera Singh ji, Ms. Mridula Pinto ji, other distinguished administrative officers, faculty members, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all. At the outset, I thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor IGNOU and also Professor Malti Mathur for inviting me to be a part of this program. When Professor Malti Mathur approached me to be the chief guest for this launch of MA English online program, I immediately said yes, because IGNOU has been doing wonderful work, and this will be another feather to the success of the IGNOU. I congratulate the Vice Chancellor and the school dean and other members who are responsible for thinking about this and to execute this in a successful manner. I extend my warm greetings to you all on the occasion of launching of this MA English online program. In fact, all over the world for the last 2 years, the MA English program that was offered at various traditional conventional universities was also online program because of COVID or whatever reason. And it's doable. It's successful because we already gave them degrees, and most of the time it was online. And as the Vice Chancellor of the English and Foreign Language University and also as a member of the University Grants Commission, I've seen with my own eyes that several master's programs and other programs were offered through online program. And this idea, I think you have taken and you have started. I congratulate each one of you. I'm immensely proud to say that IGNOU has been doing wonderful work and creating benchmarks in offering quality education and in achieving excellence in pedagogical methods. I'm also happy to state that IGNOU is growing from strength to strength under the dynamic leadership of Professor Nageshwar ji. It has transformed the lives and the careers of lakhs of people across the country and abroad. I congratulate the IGNOU faculty and the administrators, especially those who belong to School of Humanities, for setting high standards in offering programs with quality content and delivery. I feel honored to be invited to be the chief guest for today's launch. I wish this program would equally touch the lives of many aspiring students and give them a new perspective about literature, career, and life. It's famously said, to have another language is to possess second soul. I'm sure those who enroll for this program would pursue their studies with passion and explore unlimited bliss in the world of English in its various facets. I hope the students will hone their communication skills, explore the mystic world of English, critical thinking skills and written skills that are highly beneficial from personal as well as professional perspective. As a student of English myself, as a professor of English, and now as the Vice Chancellor of the English and Foreign Language University and the member University Grants Commission, I would say that when you decide to pursue MA English program, It would not end your love with English during the next 2 years of program, but it would take you to a higher level. The bonding with English literature and the passion for the world of English would be a lifetime affair. If one happens to come up with writings in English, prose, poetry, or fiction, or any form, it would immortalize their bond with English. I'm sure the bond goes beyond the lifetime. The quest for English language and literature is literally unquenchable and insatiable, and that transports one to altogether new world. The enigma of English enchants you, energizes you, mesmerizes you. It weaves a beautiful, magical world. It enriches and expands your thinking horizons and takes you deep down to the unexplored world of English language and literature. I know that there are no students participating in this program, but it would be a kind of advice for them to pursue this program with passion and not for acquiring a degree. When they pursue the program with unlimited passion, the marks and degrees become byproducts. There are unlimited employment opportunities, as you're aware, for those who master the art of English communication, be it writing or speaking. Content creation and content monetization are offering great opportunities. Writing, storytelling, speaking, even at times listening and analyzing appear mundane things. Now, these areas offer exciting employment opportunities, as you're aware. We should come out of the routine thinking that English is only for teaching jobs. Many people think that if you do MA English, you become a lecturer or a teacher. We should come out of that. There are thousands of jobs like communication specialists, content creators, speakers, life coaches, ad copy writers, editors, reporters, anchors, event organizers, TV or web hosts, talk show presenters, and the list goes on, and there are hundreds and thousands of such jobs. What we essentially need is passion for language and passion for life. I wish the department all the best for conducting this program, and I'm sure those who take this program will certainly succeed in their lives. I congratulate the Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Nageshwara, Professor Malati Mathur, and other officials concerned with this program, all success. And I came to know that this program will be offered in tune with New Education Policy 2020. I congratulate once again for taking it up that way. Hope the program would make an impact and help the students start the life afresh with an explored world of English. The world has nothing in common except English. I hope this connects rightly with the globe. Thank you. Jai Hind. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful address. We have many passionate students in the age group of 65 to 75 who are pursuing this program, not for the degree, but because they want to explore English literature. Under the visionary leadership and guidance of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nageshwar Rao, IGNOU is contributing in the field of higher education, both online and in distance mode. Sir, it is because of your guidance and motivation that the university has scaled new heights. The MA English online program has been launched. Because of your continued efforts and constant encouragement, I humbly request you, sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Good morning to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor, English and Foreign Language University, Professor E. Suresh Kumarji, and my own colleagues and distinguished guests. It's a momentous occasion for the School of Humanities because this is the most popular program which they wanted to have it on online, and ultimately their dream succeeded. And on this occasion, we could seek the blessings of Professor E. Suresh Kumarji. I know that he is very, very busy person, being a member of the University Grants Commission and also running a prestigious university, English and Foreign Languages University, sparing his valuable time for us. It's really great from his side. While speaking to us, he stressed the importance of this particular discipline. Discipline has got its own importance. For the purpose of employment, not only we can think in terms of teachers, we have to think beyond that. And that is what he laid the emphasis in his blessings to all of us. He also stressed the importance that how we can go for online program in MA English. Because there are people who want to have a degree in English and they can't spare time in conventional mode to come to the institution. In ODL mode also, there are lots of formalities wherein they have to be physically present. Submission of routine assignments, then looking at the print materials, and also appearing in the physical mode in the examinations. That too at a distance. Now, when we look at these online programs, most of the issues they have been resolved. Because time has gone when the people they used to get their studies completed through reading and listening. Now, when we move to the online, in the reading part, it is being minimized. And we always go for the listening part. Because here we listen to the videos at our convenience. At our convenience. And even the PPTs also, which are available, we can see only. There is no need to read. In case of the print material, we have to read the material, understand the material, comprehend the material, and then we have to see that what are the contents. But in this case, at our ease, learning at our own pace, if you can't understand the script in one go, you can again have the same video be listened by you. So most convenient method, most comfortable method, and that is why it has become very, very popular all over the globe. Initially, Ministry of Education has gone for the Swayam platform way back in 2016. And around 3,000 courses they have been developed, and the 4-quadrant approach which Professor Uma Kanjilal has talked about, the same was being implemented. It has become very, very popular in our country because more than 2 crore learners, they got themselves registered because it is free of cost. Then the move towards online learning, it was started. And the first time in 2018, we had our online regulations, 2018. And then in 2020, once again, we tried to have an integrated regulations of ODL and online. And that was gazetted on 4th of September 2020. COVID has provided a conducive environment to go for the online programs. Because even in case of the conventional institutions, or in case of the open and distance learning mode, we find that there also we are going with this online mode of teaching and learning, even the evaluation also. NTA, National Testing Agency, is there, which is conducting almost all the programs in the online mode, and they are receiving good response. Of course, in our online regulations, still the flexibility is being given that we can have the pen and paper method also, along with the computer aided the online examination process. So that flexibility, because initially the people may be reluctant to go for the computer-based examinations, especially in case of the language disciplines. But as the time moves on, the people will be acquainted with that process and they can do the things in a much better way. It's a good beginning, and this is the most prestigious school of our university and most prestigious discipline also, because it is having the largest strength in that discipline in the university as a whole and contributing significantly for the access, equity, and quality issues of this great university. I'm delighted to see the contribution made by this school, and we all are honored by the benign presence of Professor E. Suresh Kumar on this historic occasion. So once again, I compliment and congratulate the school for this endeavor, and also thank Suresh Kumarji for being with us on this historic occasion. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And surely the flexibility of our programs has made all the programs of IGNOU very popular. Thank you for your words of wisdom and inspiration. Now it's the time for the virtual launch of the MA online program.
प्रॉब्लम है
That was a very informative video. And indeed, the program has international relevance. It provides an in-depth and expansive study of English literature. I now invite Professor Neera Singh to give the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to everyone. On behalf of the Faculty of English, School of Humanities, it is my privilege to present this vote of thanks to everyone who has joined us today. We've had a number of very illuminating addresses this morning, and we are left with no doubt as to how our MA English online program is going to function and how successful it's going to be. I recall approximately about 20 years ago, when we first launched our distance education MA English program, we gave a print order of about 1,000 copies of course material, hoping against hope that we would get at least 800 to 900 students for our program. And imagine our delight when the pilot program itself garnered about 5,000 students in the first year. There's been no looking back since then, and we've had a tremendous response to this program. And we are in no doubt whatsoever that our online English program will also garner a number of enrollment figures. But I seem to be digressing here. To come back to the work on hand, I would first and foremost like to thank Professor E. Suresh Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, FLU Hyderabad, for taking time off from his busy schedule to be here with us today as our chief guest. His insightful and thought-provoking address is deeply appreciated. Thank you so much, sir, for your profound and very lucidly articulated views with us. Secondly, I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor, Professor Nageshwar Rao, for his gracious presence and for delivering the presidential address. His words, as always, were encouraging, inspiring, and motivating. Sir, we are indeed grateful for the support that you've always shown to our school. And I wish to place on record that it is your clarity of vision and purpose that motivates us all to put our best foot forward. Thank you not only for mentoring us, but also monitoring all the activities of our school. Next, I would like to thank Professor Uma Kanjilal, Pro Vice Chancellor, for her special address on this occasion. It is under her stewardship that the Center for Online Education made great strides and the whole system of online education took off. Thank you, Professor Kanjilal. I also wish to thank all the other Pro Vice Chancellors, Professor Satyakam, Professor R.P. Das, Professor Sumitra Kukreti, who are always there to provide support and guidance whenever it is required. Next, I'd also like to thank the Director of the Center for Online Education, Professor V.V. Subramaniam, as well as his technical team, who have left no stone unturned to help out with the preparations for this occasion. I would be failing in my duty if I didn't record my deep sense of gratitude to our Director, Professor Malti Mathur, who has always stood rock solid behind us. Her sense of involvement with the day-to-day activities of the school and her ability to take quick decisions makes us all feel very secure that she has our back, and that spurs us on to give our best. Thank you, Professor Malti. It's a pleasure and a privilege working under your guidance. A special thanks to the staff of the School of Humanities, without whose help nothing would really move here. All of them, without exception, are willing workers with lots of initiative and hardly any complaints. A big thank you to all of them. Last but not the least, I'd like to thank all my truly wonderful colleagues from the English faculty who are sharing their expertise to record their online videos on a war footing to ensure the success of this program. In case I have left anyone out, please forgive me. It's purely an oversight. Until we meet again, may the wondrous working of the universe animate our lives. Thank you once again. Goodbye and good luck.
Thank you, Professor Neera, for your comprehensible vote of thanks.
Mridula,
this,
I'd like to say one little thing, please. I would like to place on record my personal thanks to my personal assistant in the office, Ms. Premlata Lingwan, who worked with me tirelessly on the launch presentation. And I'm sorry, because of poor connectivity, there was a little bit of a gap in the audio and in the resolution of the pictures, but that was not at all due to any lack of commitment on her part or mine. So I would like to thank Premlata for having my back at all times. Thank you, Premlata.
thank you, Professor Malati. With this, we come to the end of the program. Thank you all once again for joining us today. Thank you.
Namaskar, Suresh Kumar ji. Namaskar. Thank you very much for your presence.
Namaskar, Naishra Saab. How are you?
Fine.
So good to see
माँ कश्चित दुख भाग भवे